So what we have discussed in the previous sessions, we have discussed about the website development. We have downloaded some templates. We have uploaded into the localhost XAMPP, htdocs and website one folder, and we have opened that particular website also. So now let's do some things in a dynamic, that using the PHP we can able to update it. Let me open the reference website. So basically I am using PHP tutorial, that is a W3 Schools, for the reference things. There are basically, as my point of view, from my experience, I can able to share you the two things are there specifically in a particular website development or software development. One thing is a logic, another one is a syntax. What peoples are doing a mistakes, peoples are trying to remember as much as syntax as much they can. I am against the way into that particular things. I suggest just remember the logic. Syntax can be copied from any websites. The W3 Schools is a lots of having syntax. Suppose you search on a Google, you will find a lot many things ready made. So do not try to remember each and every syntax, because suppose you think of a string library, strings library are having 100 functions. So that is not possible to remember each and every function syntax. Just remember the functionality, that what you can implement using the PHP, that is important. Whenever you are attending any seminar, any workshop, just try to capture the logic. Just try to understand what you can learn from that particular experts only. Do not try to remember each and every syntax, but syntax is available throughout the particular websites. So now let me update that particular websites. I'm opening again localhost / website one. So now this is the particular things I would like to dynamic. So how I can dynamic? So we need to remember that things previously that was a HTML website. Let me go to the particular folder. So now you can able to see my screens. In my screens, you can able to review that things. About.html file is there, contact.html file is there, index.html file is there. Remember, using .html file, you cannot able to write your PHP code. So what you have to do is you need to update this extension using a PHP. Let me change the extension to PHP. So I am changing the extension to about.php, contact.php and index.php. Okay. Now, whenever we have changed the extension, again your menu will not work. Let me run that particular website over here. So by default index file will be there, but whenever we are clicking on about, it will open the about.html, but about.html is not present. So it will show you the error message, object not found. So remember to change the extension onto the particular file also. So now let me go to the index.php, notepad++. I'm opening with a notepad++. I'm just finding out where is that particular about.html. We need to change it to about.php. Similarly, index.php. And third one we need to change is to contact.php. So this is the one way of changing that particular menu using manually. Suppose you like to do everything into the one particular sort, you can use a notepad functionality. In notepad, you can use these find in file options. This is the best way. Let me do undo. I'm giving you some dynamic functionalities. I'm saving that particular files. I'm going to find in files. I'm going to my computer. I'm taking that particular URL of the website once. I'm pasting into it. Which file would like to change? .php. What we want to change? We want to change index.html to index.php. First, let me find it out. Index.html, find all. So you will find all index.html link over here. Why two links are there? Because in our website, let me go to the website. Here is one particular link, and maybe in footer there will be another links, or in between something is there. Here they have not given links, but somewhere link is there, because here we can able to review that thing on 79. Oh, sorry, this is the form actions. This is the submissions. So we need to change this index.html to index.php. How we can change it? Again, I am going to find in files. I am writing index.php over here, and I am using replace in files. Okay, so now you check the things. You can see on screen that index.php is replaced. Now the same things I would like to replace it about.html, but remember, do not make any mistakes over here. It will spoil your files. You need to start with a scratch if you make a mistake over here. Let me replace it about.php. It is replaced. And now contact.html. Contact.php. Replace in all files. Here undo facility is not there. Once you have replaced, everything will be replaced. Before replacing, you need to find out that whether these many results are proper or not proper, so you can check it out. Now let me go over here. Let me refresh that particular page. Now let me try to open about page. About.php, you can see the URL about.php is there, and now my particular website is showing. Now let me click on contact.html. Sorry, contact.php. So it is working fine. So this is the second step. After downloading the template, you need to change the extension of the particular page. In which page you would like to add some code of your PHP. Now I would like to dynamic these particular functionalities from the database. So how I can? So for that, we need to go to the particular PHP MyAdmin. So I'm going to the XAMPP. In a MySQL, you need to click on admin to open the PHP MyAdmin, or you can write it down localhost/PHP MyAdmin. So PHP MyAdmin is opening. First time it will take some time. So this is the all database list, or you can click on database. So all the database list can be over here. Now you need to create your database over here. Let's say website 1. I'm creating website 1 and create. So now my website 1 database is created. Database is the first level, second level is a table, third level is a field. Now I'm creating a particular table. Let me create a table. So what is the name of this particular elements? So this we can say as a product, because the buy option is there, then pricing is there, the title is there, then description is there. We can say as a product. So res product master. Why I am giving res underscore product underscore master? You are generally giving just product or my product or something like that, and I am giving some specific name. Everything is based on some experience. So I can explain that why we have to write res and why we have to write in masters. So now I'm going with the add button. What is the field I need is, let me go to the particular website again. I'm going back to the website. So I need a title, I need a description, buy is a fixed button, and I need a price. So I need 1, 2, and 3. I can also go with the image also. On first attempt, I don't want to include the image. Later on, I can modify with the image also. So first 1, 2, and 3 fields I need only. So first I am creating PMID. PMID is my product master ID. That is my primary key. For that, I need to use auto increment. So I'm taking click mark on auto increment, and this primary is automatically selected. Go. Then product name is there. Product name should be varchar 100. Product description varchar, for example, 500, and product rate or price, whatever suits. That can be float. I'm pressing enter buttons. So, or you can use a save button also. So now this product will be added. Now let me go to the insert options to add the product. Let's say product 1, then product description with all the parameters. You can take from the sample. For example, this is the best website for the sample. Whenever you are developing website, you need some random content. Do not write down ABCD XYZ. Use lorem ipsum. This is the standard way of the programming. Professional developer is using this kind of way. So you should use this way. Price, let's say 100. Product 2. Again descriptions. Again lorem ipsums. You can edit. Price 200. I am pressing go buttons. So now I am having a two products. Let me go to the browse. I can able to see it. Two products are there. Now in my websites, I would like to fetch these two products over here. So I need to go to the which file, index.php file. I'm going to the particular folder. I'm going to the index.php, opening into the notepad++, closing this all remaining things. Now I'm moving to that particular elements. What was the elements? Just copy that things and use Control F, Control V, enter. So we will find that elements. So that element is there. Here you can able to have that this division is there, this division is there. Remember, this is the multiple divisions. So you need to do, you are not supposed to disturb this structure. This structure is should be as it is. If you are changing this structure, this will stop working of the particular file. So now I want to dynamic this functionality. So for that I need to remove this. This is the division, I don't want it. So I am removing all these divisions right now because I will fetch it from the database. Let me save it. Let me go back and check that whether that code is working fine. You can see the things, only one item is there. Now that items I want to fetch from the database. For that I need to write down the obviously database connections and so on. So but I am not taking care of the everything, just I am taking ready-made code from the available websites. So now I am going to the W3 Schools. Inside the W3 Schools, I'm going to the database options. In database options, generally select data. I need to fetch some data from the database. So I am using select data option. In select data, you can able to see the things. This is the ready-made code available. So I am using this ready-made code. I'm just selecting that code, copy. I'm pasting into the exact place where I need it. Just I am pasting it over here. Now I have to set up my server name. My server name is a localhost because I'm using on a local PC. Then root password will be the blank because in my XAMPP I have set up the blank password. Database name, what is the database name we have set up? Let us go to the phpMyAdmin to review. We have set up as a website one as a database name and table name as a RES product master. So now I am changing website one. Now we need to use the select query. Select star from RES product master. You can use either capital or small. I would like to use small letters. So now inside that particular select query, we are supposed to fetch how many parameters? Product name, product description, and product price. So now let me double click on that product name. I am copying this particular product name. This is the way to copy this product name. I am removing this code, product name. So by using this way, you can able to fetch that product name. Let me remove this line. I don't want this one. I am pressing Ctrl D for the duplicate line. I am going to the second column, product descriptions, paste, paste. I'm going to the third column, product price, double click, copy, paste, paste. So now I have three fields available: product name, product description, and product price. So that things, this is the product name place, this is the product description place, and this is my price place. So now I have to put up this code into this particular place. For that we need to close the PHP first. We need to start the PHP again because we are merging that HTML code and PHP code together. So for that we have added that particular codes over here. Now let me change this name into the product name. I am using PHP code over here, echo dollar pname semicolon. This is the closing PHP. Let me copy the same into the description also, paste. Instead of the p name we need to use the p descriptions, and the same things we need to add it over here. Instead of dollar, let us put it as a rupees, p price, and p price. So remember these things. This code you need to put up inside this particular curly bracket. So automatically while loop will execute as many records you are having, and this division will prepare that particular output for you. Now let me save these things. Let me go to the website. Let me refresh it. Now you can see the things. Product 1 is there. Product 2 is there. We have added 2 products. In product 1, we are having some lorem ipsums, and this is the price of that product 1, and this is the price of the product 2. So by using this way, you can convert static website into the dynamic website using PHP code without remembering a single line or single syntax. Just copy paste from the website. But before copy paste, you need to remember whether you are copy pasting the right code or not. This is too much important, because suppose you have taken this code from the wrong website, then you will stuck up at some point of time and you will waste your whole day. So my point is that just remember where to copy the code. You can copy the code from the particular W3 schools. You can copy the code from the Stack Overflow, but remember, Stack Overflow are having thousands of code. What you want, you should know first. If you are knowing what you want, then you need to find out the exact code which can help you with very less changes. How many changes I have done in this particular code? I have just changed these parameters. I have changed this query. I have changed this code, and this is already given by the templates. I have just added my 1 line or 2 line of the code to dynamically changing these particular values. So is this clear? Just answer in your chat. Is this concept is clear, that how you can convert your static website into the dynamic websites? And this website will look very good because you have taken some templates. So whenever as a student, as a professional, you are developing your own website, or you are developing website for your client or for your parents or for some business, just take a reference of some templates. Thousands of ready-made free templates are available in the market. Take whatever you wish. But before selecting template, check out all these functionality are covered in that particular templates or not. Now, let me go into one more depth positions. Now I would like to change the image also. In the first attempt, we haven't changed the image. Do partially. Do not do everything at once. Otherwise, you will stuck up at some moments and you won't be able to find out where you stuck up. So don't do everything at once. Do step by step. So now I am changing the image. At first attempt, I have skipped that particular image part. So now I am going to the database, PHPMyAdmin. I am going to the structure. I am adding one more field. So this is the options to add one more field. I am adding as a P image. I am using varchar. I am using, for example, 500 size over here. So using this way, I would like to change the particular image of the product also. So now I have already 2 products are there. I need to find out some images from samples. Let's say product image, or let's say product sample image. We can take these examples. Let me take this example. I'm opening this image into the new tab. I'm saving this image. Where? Now most important point is where to save this image. Most of the students stuck up at this point. Where to save image, how to save image, what is the file name of the image, and so on. Because the file name is having somewhat matters. If you are going with a small file name, capital file name, everything will consider is a point of programming. Now let me go to XAMPP, htdocs, website 1. Now here is the img folder. You can use this img folder, or you can create your images folder. I am creating images folder. Inside the images folder, this is my product 1. Product 1.jpg, enter. Now let me go to the particular folder. I'm going to the images. Now you can see that product 1.jpg is there, but this is a big image. I don't want the big image. I'm going to the paintbrush. I'm pressing Ctrl W to resize the image to just, let's say, 15%. I don't want a big image. I want a small image. Save. Now I would like to copy this image. paste it with a product 2. I'm changing the name to product 2. And what I am doing is I am just changing the color. Using Microsoft Picture Editor, I am using edit options. I am using color options. Now I just want to change the color of this particular image. So you can able to identify that this is the product 2 image. Don't waste time over here. So product 1 is there, product 2 is there. Now I need to copy this particular image name into my database. So I am going to phpMyAdmin. I need to paste it over here, product1.jpg, here product2.jpg. Remember to give file name as a small letter. Do not give space. Do not add special symbol, and write down extension with a small letter, because small and capital will be totally different things at server point of time. At local point of time, it will be okay. But whenever you are considering a Linux server, both will be the different. So take care everything. So now I have saved this in product1.jpg, product2.jpg. So what code changes I need is, I need to add one more line, Control D. I need to use the product image. I need to copy these things, product image, product image. So again, we need to copy this PHP sample code. I'm copying these things. I am pasting over here. Instead of this particular P name, I have to use P image. This is the IMG folder, but we are having a different folder. We are having the images folder. Do not try to write that folder name. You will make a mistake. Just copy paste it. So I am using copy pasting so that no mistakes chances are there. Now let me save the file. Let me go to the website. Let me refresh it. Now you can see the things. Product images are also there. So by using this way, you can go with a step by steps. Step 1, just template testing. Step 2, extension PHP testing. Step 3, just product name, description and price testing. Step 3, image editions. So step by step manners you can use to develop the website. If you are developing at once, 110% you will be the fail, because you will stuck up at some point of time and you won't be able to find out. You need to knock the door of your sir or madam or some website or some tutorials, and you will waste your whole day. So don't do with this. Go with a step by step. Step 1 clear, step 2 clear, step 3 clear. So is all these points clear? Yes, somebody is asking, rather than using a template, can't we create our own page? Yes, you can create own page, but in that case you need to do a lot many things with the CSS, because templates are built using too much knowledge of the CSS. If you are having a very good knowledge of the CSS, you can create your own templates also. Why I am suggesting templates? So that suppose you display your website to someone, then it should have the wow feeling. Templates can give you the wow feelings. Programming is the latter part, but first visibility will be of the template only. So you need to impress that particular persons using the templates. So all are saying that it is clear. So that is the complete things about the website developments part. Now we are moving to the next point, that how we can upload the websites. So now how we can upload the website to the live domains. Just assume that this is the complete website for ABC or XYZ or my organization. Now how I can upload that websites to the live domains? So you need to go to the 00 web host. It is a free hosting provider. Let me search free PHP hosting. You can search on a websites, Google. You will find so many websites are providing free hosting. I am not associated with the 000 web host. Why I am suggesting? Because I have suggested to thousands of students and they are using it without any trouble. So I suggest to use this particular 00 host websites. So I am opening this particular websites. I am going to the signing. You need to go to the create that particular websites. I am going to the sign in part. I am using my email address. I am logging as I have already created my accounts. So you can go with the signing, you can create your own accounts. Here the limitations are that you can create a two websites. This is the free versions because you can create a two websites. So I am going to this particular website, let's say Adarsh Patel website. I'm clicking on a manage website options. So in manage websites, you need to go to the tools, you need to go to the file managers, you need to click over here, upload files. So it is redirecting you to the file manager. So using this file manager, you can upload your files. Remember, here is a public.html, TMP is there. So many folders will be there. If you are going with a real cPanel, you will find a lot many folders. But you need to find out the public HTML folder. This is the of interest. Here you need to create one particular folder of your website. Let me create a website one folder. I am creating website one folder. I am going into the website one. Now let me go to the my website one. I am using Control A, right click, add to archive options. I am using zip. Okay. Why I am preparing zip? Otherwise, I need to upload each and every file. So only uploading one zip, I can do everything at once. So let me copy this URL. I am using these options: upload files, select files, paste website one. I am selecting the zip files. I am clicking on upload. So now my website, complete website is uploading over here. Remember, two things you need to do is, one thing is uploading your website. Another thing, you need to upload your database also, because we are having a database. If it is a static website, at once you can do everything. But in a dynamic website, you need to do both the things. So now let me extract their things. You need to use right click or extract options. Here you need to use a dot. If you are writing that folder name, it will create a new folder. I am writing dot. Dot stands for current folder. So extract. Now you can see all these files are there. Now I no more need of the zip files. I am deleting that zip files. So now this my basic task is over. Now let me go back over here. Here I need to go to the database manager. I need to create a particular database also. Here the limitations are that you can create a two database. Let me replace this database. I am going to the phpMyAdmin. Local phpMyAdmin and online phpMyAdmin might be slightly different. So I am going to the database. Here, whenever you are working with online database, everywhere some characters will be there before the database name. In a local case, we are having just database name, but in server case, this will be the different. So what we need to go? We need to go to the local database, website one. We need to go to the export options. We need to go to the export options. We need to export that particular files, SQL files. We need to go to the live database. We need to drag and drop that files over here. It will automatically import over here. So now my website database has uploaded. Right now we need to set up the password also. So now let me change the password because I don't remember that passwords. Change password. Let me change password to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It is, let me change to randomized password. So password, let me copy paste that passwords over here. Change. Now we need to use this DB name. We need to go to the particular file manager again, because we need to update that files of the index.php. I am going to the edit options. Now we need to change this database name because we have updated code over here directly. Yes, here is the database name. Yes, let me database name, username. Sorry, that was a database name. let me put it to the database name. In a local, we are having a database name as a website one. In online, we are having this username and password that we have just recently generated. Whenever you are using strong password, do not use a double code, use a single code. So I am using single code over here. Let me save these database structures. Now we need a particular URL that how we can open that websites. So you need to go to the my site options, left hand side top. Here is my website name. I'm opening that websites. Now opening right now website one, open. Now you can see the things. This is the live websites. You can have that particular product information over. Let me change this product name from the database. Let me go again to the my website, manage website, tools, database manager, manage PHPMyAdmin. I am changing the product name so that you can able to find out that whether this is the real website or this is the local websites. I'm going to the database. This is my database name. Remember, this is the database name is that I have already previously created. I'm going to the database. I'm going to product master table. I'm changing the name from product one. Let me click on edit. Product 111, go. Let me refresh it. You can see the things. So it is coming from the live servers. So by using this way, we can able to upload that particular websites to the live domains. So is this concept clear? Any questions so far? Please write it into the chat. Okay, can you please show it to the upload database? Okay, sure. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, clear, great. So by using